Right. So we just got into this very last unit, okay, of business. It's not about business management anymore, right? So once again, uh, it's about the external influences towards the business activities, right? And that's why right now we are discussing on the environmental issues. Okay, because when you think about environmental issues, they are actually affecting the business activities, the business strategies as well. Okay, so nowadays, if you are a business, you don't just concern about just pure uh, financial costs or financial benefits. So nowadays, you also have to consider something like social costs and social benefits as well. Okay, because there are so many stakeholders in your society, and if you cannot satisfy like you know many of them, then there will be some troubles for your business. Okay, so that's why we have learned externalities. Okay, yeah, that is about your social benefits and social costs that you have to care about, and because we know nowadays we also have to consider factors like these, then it's better for the businesses to have sustainable development instead. Okay, we cannot just focus on economic profits, right? Um, we also have to focus on the society, and also the environment, right? So if we are able to have a good balance among the three aspects, then there is a sustainable development. Okay, and before the end of the last lesson, we watched a video, and we know that due to business activities, right, the animals that we have in this globe, they are actually suffering, right, and we need to do something about it. Okay, yeah, and not so people they are aware of this, because that is something we don't see it every day. Okay, and that's why today we are going to discuss um, you know on this topic, right? So you see here, when it comes to environmental pressures, there will be some threats to the business, okay, to the businesses. Also, well, because of the pressures, there will be opportunities. But before we get to this part, see what do you think? Who will give environmental pressures to the businesses? Who will do that? Yeah, what kind of organizations would, yeah, pressure groups, yeah, environmental awareness groups, right, or government, yeah, yeah, those parties, yeah, uh, okay, customers, yeah, could be, all right, and yeah, well, Gordon, that's a very smart question. That's a very smart answer. The environment will give you feedback, yeah, naturally. Okay, yeah, when you see all the global warming, and you see, like a month ago in Australia, there was a huge fire. Okay, there was a huge fire that last for almost like 3 weeks. Okay, yeah, you can see, you know, yeah, right. So that's why we are going to introduce the pressure group. Okay, and when we talking about pressure groups, okay, it's just some people when they form a group for a common cause. Okay, right? And in this context, we are talking about some people they form a group to protect environment or to protect ethics. Okay, but in the reality, sometimes you will see some pressure groups. They are formed to pursue like political pressures. Okay, like half a year ago when we talk about Hong Kong protest, you could see some pressure groups. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, pressure groups, it doesn't always have to be some organizations. Okay, as long as you and some other people, they want to form a group, and we are trying to achieve the same purpose, then there is a pressure group. Okay, yeah, and that's why there are so many kinds of pressure groups that you can find in the society. Okay, but here we only focus on pressure groups on environment. Okay, on environmental issues, right? And usually when we talk about pressure groups in businesses, they are against the businesses who don't perform well in the environmental issues. Okay, so here, well, let's take a look of this video first. Yeah, it's a good video. Yeah. So this video is published by I think Greenpeace. Yeah, is an NGO. Okay, that organization, right? They yeah, is a environmental awareness group. Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, you can say that. Right. So pressure group, they have a very loose terminology. Okay. So as long as you are fighting for a common cause, then you can call yourself a pressure group. Okay, so I believe you have watched the video. So here, so after you watch the video, which company is the pressure group against? Shell. And well, Lego is a partner. Is a partner of Shell. Okay. So yeah. So yeah, you see here. So this is what a pressure group does. Okay, to show pressure to the businesses. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Who don't have any environmental awareness. Okay. So they just climb up some buildings, climb up some rigs. They even climb up the petrol stations. Okay, so that is one very classic example for pressure groups. Even though they are illegal, they are illegal. Okay, but this is how you show awareness. Okay, to the people, to the society. Yeah, because you want to show them Shell is doing something wrong. Okay, and well, so here it's mainly against businesses. Okay, but when we talk about political pressure groups, then you can see people they climb up, let's say, Lion Mountain. Okay, and then they just put a poster on Lion Mountain saying the slogan, everything. Well, that is not that's not legal. All right, that's not legal. But still, okay, when you yeah, so it's just a different kind of uh, uh, yeah, pressure group. Okay, and you can see Lego, a partner of a Shell, because they couldn't stand the pressure, and that's why they stopped renewing the contract with Shell anymore. Okay, so yeah, you can see the power of pressure group, right? Yeah, you can say that it's more well, it's I don't know if you can use cyberbullying to well, well anyway, okay, so here, so there are so many kinds of actions that pressure groups can do, and so here I have a list. Okay, yeah, of what pressure groups can do. So here, demonstration. So this is the first one. Okay, so usually the list here, you will see, sometimes in some questions, like some 2 mark questions, they will ask you to identify, like, what are the functions of pressure groups, and yeah, so these are the answers. Okay, so demonstrations. Yeah, so this one is very common, right? So there could be some protests. There could be some rally. Outside companies' offices. Yeah, something like that to show. Okay, to show the awareness to the society. Okay, that is very common. And yeah, so and there's another one, boycotting. Right. So this one here is also quite common. Okay, so if you are a pressure group and you want to show pressure to that business, then you stop buying. You stop buying their products. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, even you can see that politically. Okay, yeah, you stop eating restaurants, yeah, which is uh, you know, opened by the blue ribbon people, etc., etc. You see, that's boycotting. Okay, yeah. Same goes to businesses. Okay, yeah. Shell is doing something bad, so if we have a car, then we don't go to Shell for the petrol. Okay, so boycotting, right? And see here, number three, petitioning, right? So basically, you just you write formal complaint to the government, and yeah, you trying to tell the government, yeah, someone is doing something wrong, and yeah, they should be punished by the government, right? So petitioning, very common as well. Okay, is even in the U.S. they have that mechanism. So anywhere, it doesn't really matter anywhere in the world. If you want to, make petitioning, you can make it in the White House. Okay, all right. Uh, oh, that's another question. Okay, yeah, true. If you have a corrupt government, then yeah, what can you do about it, right? So yeah, petitioning, right? And also lobbying, right? So basically, you are just trying to talk with some government officials or policymakers, and you try to convince them to change the policies that the government is currently having. Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, okay, and yeah, and then this is what you just watched from the video. Okay, doing anything to increase the awareness of such issue. All right, it's climbing up the buildings, climbing up the rigs, climbing up the F1 race course. The top of it, and yeah, doing all kinds of media, okay, stuff in order to show increasing awareness. Okay, so they are all the common activities that pressure groups can do. Okay, to show pressures to the businesses. Okay, right, and here, so you can take a look of the examples here, right? So here, very common. Okay, you can see some protests going on, yeah, against global warming, right? And here, I think that was a few years ago. Okay, some pressure groups, they boycotting H&M because of this photo shooting here. Yeah, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with this? Why? Why would they boycott H&M? Yeah, it's racism. Okay, so when you look at that. Yeah, look at the print. Okay, look at the print. Yeah, coolest monkey in the jungle. That's bad, right? And that's why people they started to boycott H&M. And yeah, well, the background. Okay, well, you are the racist. Okay, and yeah, and also yeah, that's the one I talk about, right? Yeah, we the people, so you can actually make petitioning to the White House, right? Yeah, yeah. It doesn't really matter anywhere you are. Just like even when you're in Hong Kong, you can still do petitioning to the White House, right? Some people they just did petitioning to the White House, talking about the police in Hong Kong is doing something bad and they should be banned for yeah, you know, procuring grenade, tear gas grenade and all the weapons and stuff, right? So yeah, petitioning that works for businesses as well. Okay, right, and also right here showing increasing awareness. Okay, you just have to cosplay. Yeah? Cosplay a polar bear when you believe Shell is destroying the Arctic environment. Yeah, all that. Okay. Uh, I don't think so. Well, but no offense, okay? The people who climb up the buildings and the rigs and having a cosplay of a polar bear, I think they're jobless, okay? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but but it is, yeah, well, yeah, so find you see the reality is go find yourself a job, okay? But that is also important. We need people like this, okay? So I appreciate what they have done. All right, yeah, yeah. You see, when they heard what I said, they would be mad. All right, but yeah, okay, all right. So you see here, yeah, pressure groups. This is what they do. This is what they do, and it's happening every day. Okay, yeah. Yeah, at the end, yeah, they might, right? They're getting pissed off and and they climb up my building, okay, trying to show me awareness. You shouldn't say something like this, Mr. Sun. Oh, all right, cool. Okay, yeah, right. So let's go to the next part here. Yeah. So because now we're trying to focus on environmental pressure. So there are two parts. Yeah, there might be some threats. So if you are the businesses and if you see, so let's say if you are Shell, okay, if you are now Shell, the company, the oil company, and Greenpeace is showing you some environmental pressure, what do you think? Okay, the threats will be to you as a business if there is so many no business activity. Okay, damage brand image, death of the CEO. That is too extreme. Lower revenue. Yeah. Okay. No more customer, right? Because people they started to boycott Shell. Okay, right? So yeah. So this is this is the answer. Okay. Yeah. So reputation, right? Getting bad, okay? Yeah. So, you might be losing customer loyalty, right? Your brand image may be destroyed because of all these actions here, okay? And at the same time, so this is something that we haven't thought about, okay? Yeah, because now even the government they realize this, okay? The government they realize this, and they will do some action, okay? Yeah, and yeah, they might give you fines. They might you know yeah, shut down your company. Well, here is just general case, okay? They might, so that's why I said they might, but Obama just ignore the whole thing, okay? But in the reality, it's way more complicated, okay? Yeah, because government and the very large businesses, they are always connected. Yeah, so Obama cannot really make a decision against this. So okay. So yeah, but in general, if the business they realize the bad thing, they will do something. Okay, they will do something. All right, and yeah. You might get sued. Okay. By the pressure groups, right? Or you might get less revenue. This is what you just said, okay? And that will limit your growth as a company, okay, right? So yeah, so yeah, when you are writing your answers, sometimes you can focus more on the government perspective, and also, right, think about the legal problems, okay? Yeah, some people, when they see that it's wrong, yeah, they may actually sue you for that, okay? Yeah, and you see the Americans, they love to sue people. Yeah, they love to do that. Have you ever heard about the Kobe Bryant incident? Yeah, Kobe Bryant passed away, and the people, they are mad about that incident. They were trying to sue the helicopter pilot, but the thing is, the pilot also died. Okay, but so at the end, the people, they sue the company. They sue the helicopter company. Okay, so yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what they do. Okay, Americans, they like to sue. They sue a lot. Okay, yeah. So yeah, just like that. Right. So that, yeah, threats. Okay, the common threats that you can see. Yeah. Uh, well, you see here, when see look, Sarah, when no one is buying your products, okay, then you don't have revenues. You don't have revenues. You cannot reinvest into the business. Then, if you're trying to get, you know, get it bigger, it's not possible because you don't have the profits to make it bigger. So it restricts growth. Okay, yeah, because because of that, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you can say it's because of all that. Because of all that, then you're losing revenue. Okay, you're losing revenues, and at the end, profits are getting lower. So yeah, there'll be less growth for your company. Okay. Yeah. So that's threats of environmental pressure. Okay. And but here, what about opportunities? If there are environmental pressures, we know there are so many threats to the businesses. But what about opportunities? What do you think? Oh, okay, yeah, true, true, that's true. Okay, yeah, if you do better, then the customers, they recognize, okay, you know what you're doing. So yeah, you might actually get more reputations, revenues, etc., etc. And yeah, Jesse, yeah, that might also work as well. Okay, opportunities. So you might become more aware of sustainable development. So you would do some more charities to the society in order to achieve, okay, that sustainable development, okay, to show care to different stakeholders, right? Um, yeah, so as a business, you can always do recycling programs, etc., etc. Okay, uh, right. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so let's take a look of this. Okay, so recycling. Okay, yeah. So this is what you can do, right? To face the environmental pressure, right? Yeah, recycling. Okay, and well, when you take a look at this, when you're trying to recycle, and recycle the products or recycle the materials, or using some more energy efficient machines, that may lead to cost saving. Okay, yeah, because is not always increasing your cost when you are trying to recycle the ingredients or the materials, the products, and this is what Apple is doing for so many years. Okay, they recycle their products from everywhere around the world. Okay, just we are not aware of this. Okay, but they are recycling. Okay, all the iPhones, all the iPads, all the MacBooks every day because there are so many okay good materials inside you know uh, those devices. Well, you see, they don't just simply recycle the mobile phone and then people they are able to use the phone again. They are going to extract the metal inside the phone, and then they will yeah and then they will break them down into raw materials again. So they will use those raw materials into production once again. So they can save some costs from the raw material. So this is what they do because inside the phone you have so many rare metals, okay, like gold, like rare earth, etc., etc. Yeah. You have gold. You need gold. Yeah, you need gold inside an electronic device. Yeah, yeah, just a little. Yeah, just a little. Yeah. Uh, that is just a little goal. Okay, that is just a little goal. You all right? Yeah. So yes, they have so many rare metals in an electronic device. Okay. Yeah. Right. Like platinum, gold. Uh. Well, yeah. So many others. Okay. So many others. Okay. So yeah. So they are actually doing a smart work by recycling the electronic devices, and they're trying to extract the metals out of the devices and use them again to save costs, right? And at the same time, they're saving the environment, yeah, because the electronic devices, if you dispose them inappropriately, that will create a huge pollution. All right, so Apple is doing something good, right? And at the same time, right? Some government, yeah. You see, so many governments they have incentives, okay, for being environmental friendly. So if you are being environmental friendly, there might be some subsidies. Okay, there might be some tax discounts for you. Okay, well, yeah, there's so many different cases. So yeah, it really depends on the government. But yeah, so many governments they have government incentives for being environmental friendly. Okay, uh, I wouldn't put them together. Subsidies they are not the same as grants. Okay, yeah, they are not the same as grants. Right. But the nature is so similar. Okay, the nature of them is so similar. Okay, well, but when we are talking about grants, is usually for foreign aid. Okay, when you are trying to help and let's say a LEDC, and you give them a grant. Okay, so you give them something like money or goods and services, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is what we call a grant. Okay, but when you talk about subsidies, okay, it's more related to uh, business. Okay, but once again, the nature is quite similar. Okay, the nature of them is quite similar. Okay, right. Yeah, and also here. So this one here, we talk about that already, right? If you can show you are being environmental friendly, okay, yeah, you will create a better brand image, okay, and then you have better reputation, so you can attract more customers, right? Yeah, the employees, they become more motivated, and the investors, oh, they, when they look at your company, that company is great, okay. So yeah, this is what the opportunities are. All right, and so you can take a look at the statistics over here, down here. So 78% of consumers, they agree that brands and companies have to be environmental friendly. Yeah, environmental responsible. So you see here, yeah, in our society, okay, there are so many consumers. They are actually aware of this, okay, and that's why we cannot only focus on just financial costs and benefits anymore, okay. Yeah, as a business, we always have to, you see, taking care of this, right? Because it's a trend. It's a trend, okay. So if you have a business, you cannot forget about you know the environmental issue, right? Otherwise, you will be losing that 78% of customers. Okay, and also you see here is 75%, 70%, 63%. Okay, of the consumers, they yeah, they will choose, okay, to buy goods and services from a more environmental friendly business. Okay, so you can see people, they actually like to buy products from these companies. Okay, yeah, right. So yeah, so it's very important, even for the businesses nowadays. Okay, when it comes to environmental issue. All right, yeah. So and also one more thing here, yeah, because of the environmental pressure here. Okay, it actually creates a new business model. Okay, so sometimes we call that a sustainable shopping. Yeah, you guys, are you guys aware of this sustainable shopping? Do you know what that is? So before, we didn't have a business model like this. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so you bring your own bag, or you bring your own container for the food and stuff. And yeah, something like this. Okay, yeah, more sustainable shopping. Yeah. So I'm gonna show you a video about sustainable shopping. Yeah. Right. And here, so you can see, right here. So let's say if you are trying to get some groceries, and you know this shop right here on the right hand side. Okay, this is a kind of sustainable shopping business model. All right. Yeah, because when you look at them, all right, all the food here, they don't have any container. So if you want to buy them, you need to bring yourself a jar, or a bottle, okay, or a bowl, right, so that you can buy the food and other stuff. Okay, and you see here, I don't know if you can see that the other products that they are selling. Okay, so here I think they are some metal straws. Okay, yeah, because they prefer being environmental friendly, and also there are some other reusable items that you can get. Yeah, yeah, and also here, yeah, the same concept, right? Right, you just have to bring your own bottle, and yeah, you just consider how much you should buy. Okay, so you don't have to really buy too much. Okay, because sometimes if you are not in a very sustainable shopping sustainable shop. Okay, when you're buying the products, you might have bought too much, but here you can actually control. Okay, you can control how much you should buy. Okay, so that is also a way to make it more sustainable. Okay, so so here, let's take a look of this video. All right, take a look at this. So even in Hong Kong, nowadays we have so many more sustainable shopping models in Hong Kong. Okay, Yeah, they're rising. Okay, so yeah, you see, after the video, then sustainable shopping is basically, the whole point of it is to create less waste. Okay, did you see the wooden toothbrush in the video? You are creating less plastic because all the toothbrush that we use, they are all made of plastic. Okay, and yeah, that's the whole point of sustainable shopping, and that's why, because of the environmental pressure, it is actually creating a new business model. So yeah, it's creating some new opportunities for those businesses. Okay, yeah, and yeah, I'm gonna leave the second video to you guys. Yeah, watching it in your own time. Okay, all right, because it's like a 10-minute video. All right, so yeah, it's also about sustainable shopping. Yeah, right. So yeah, so this is the idea. Okay, you bring your own container and then do all that. Yeah, to save the planet. Okay, to save the environment. Right. Okay. So yeah, so here, uh, so you can take a look at this. Okay, so these are some actions a business can do towards environmental pressures. Okay, yeah. So, well, I would say let's focus on the first four actions. Okay, because they are the most common actions that a business can do, and they are the most positive actions that a business can do. So here, yeah, you know, using green manufacturing method, yeah, we all know that. Okay, yeah, reduce using energy, or try to use more renewable energy, right? Yeah, to reduce pollution. Okay, so that's common sense, right? And yeah, you try to obey the law, try to obey the environmental standards. Okay, that will help. Yeah, that will help the environment as well. Okay, yeah, and try to be sustainable. That's the whole point of it. Okay, yeah, your business model, there should be a little bit of sustainable development in your business model. Okay, that's how you help. That's how you help the environment. Okay, and that's how you tackle with the environmental pressures. But about the last 2 points, okay, they are a little bit negative. So uh, if you are writing your exams, I wouldn't suggest you doing this. Okay, yeah, but it's just for your knowledge. Okay, if you're a business, you can also do the last two actions. Okay, so take a look at the last two actions. So here, take legal actions against pressure groups. Well, that is, yeah. See, if you have a huge bargaining power, then you can actually do that, right? You have so much money. Okay, yeah, like Shell. Shell can actually sue Greenpeace for doing, all kinds of climbing. Okay, but even though they are doing something wrong, okay, Shell is doing something wrong. in the Arctic, okay, yeah, environment. But if you are a big company, you can always take legal action against them. Okay, so yeah, it's more like ethical issue, right? Yeah, you are doing something wrong, but when you're talking about things legally, well, you haven't done something wrong. Okay, yeah. So right, and the second one here. Okay, so define business decision. Okay, well, let's defend business decisions to improve image. Okay, so yeah, so you just have to defend your business decisions, even though you know you are doing something wrong. Okay, you're just trying to defend, right, what you are doing. Okay, even though you're destroying the environment, and you do something to to make your business image nicer. Okay, yeah. So I would say they are not very good actions a business should do. Okay, but this is what you can do. Okay, and this is what you can see every day in the real world. Okay, people there doing something wrong, but they just cover. They just cover it, and try to make things more beautifully. Okay, yeah, and yeah, this is what they do. All right, but yeah, but in your exam, just stick with the first four points that will that will give you the marks. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. So here we are going to take a look of what the governments and businesses they have done to encourage the sustainability. Okay. Well, the environmental sustainability here. Okay. So take a look of this. Right. Yeah. I think we all know. We all yeah, aware of this. Okay. So right now, if you go to McDonald's, there should be no straws. Okay. Yeah, because they have this initiative, right? In McDonald's, we don't provide straws anymore. Okay. So this is yeah, but you can still ask for it. So it's kind of like pointless. Okay. But this is the campaign that they do, right, to improve their brand image. Okay. Yeah, in terms of yeah, being environmental friendly. Okay. Right. Yeah. But before that, before no straw every day, okay, they had this, okay, like a no straw Monday, okay, no straw Monday, and then yeah, gradually it became no straw every day. Okay, but some news they just discover. Okay, they just put the straws on the side of the counter, so you can still take them. You can still take the straws even though they are running this campaign. Okay. Yeah. Right. So yeah, but still, it's an idea. It's an idea. Okay. So if a business is doing this, they are okay. They are encouraging environmental sustainability. All right. Yeah. And yeah, what about H&M here? So H&M here, all right? All right, guys. Yeah, H&M here. Take a look at this. So you can actually recycle your clothes, okay, in H&M. It doesn't really matter whether you buy the clothes from H&M or not. Okay, you can just bring some clothes and put it in the bag and and recycle in H&M, and they will give you some discount coupon. Okay, for that, right? So that is also encouraging environmental sustainability. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's one more example from the business as well, and yeah. So here, so yeah, so even for some cosmetics brands like Kiehl here, right? So you can actually return the empty bottles, uh, yeah, to the shops, right? So yeah, and then you will get your rewards, all right? So here, yeah, it's just another kind of business action that one of the businesses they do to encourage environmental sustainability. Okay, so yeah, so you just have to save the bottles and then you return them to the shop, and they will give you some discounts, perhaps, right? Yeah. Yeah, and here, well, I don't know if you have heard about this airline company, but that is the first airline company, that provides wooden utensils. Okay, yeah. So yeah, well, at least they are like plastic free. Okay, so you know it's better for the environment. Okay, so this is what that kind of business can do, right? And yeah, if you talk about the government, right? Even in Hong Kong, our government, we have done something, okay, to encourage environmental sustainability. Okay, so here, when you take a look of our environmental protection department, we have something we call e-waste collection. So yeah, you can give them the electronic devices that you don't need, okay, and they will do the recycling, okay, just like this. You see here, Matthew. Yeah, Matthew, that's not cool, right? Yeah, you don't do it. You don't do it in the chat box, all right? Okay, and also you see, talking about education bureau. Okay, they also have a scheme like a school recycle scheme. Okay, right? So if there's any old computer in your school, you can find education bureau and do the recycling. Okay, yeah, and think about the computers in 314A. Yeah, there is a line of old computers that we don't use anymore, and yeah, our school can actually find them to do the recycling. And I have no idea why all those computers they just they are put okay on the side. Well, I don't know what they're going to do with the MacBooks. Not so sure. Okay, but it would be great if they can recycle the MacBooks. If I think they are MacBooks. Are they MacBooks or forgot? Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, they should recycle them. Yeah, if they are able to recycle them, then yeah, it'll be great for the environment. Okay, right? So yeah, and here, well, so here is a video. Okay, talking about some person. Okay, uh, she is not using a single plastic for a month. Okay, she is trying to not okay using any plastic for a month. Okay, but for this video, I think I'm just gonna yeah, let you watch it on your own. Okay, because it's a 10-minute video. All right. Yeah. Okay. So here, let's talk about the government actions. Okay, so when it comes to environmental sustainability, okay, what kind of incentives our government can make, okay, to promote environmental sustainability, and what kind of incentives that the government can do? Any ideas? Oh, subsidies. Yeah, that's good. Anything else? Incentives. So besides subsidies, what else can we do? Lower tax. Okay, that's good. Okay, Charmaine, but I would put that on the right hand side. Okay, yeah, because that is basically legal control, right? But now we are talking about incentives, something rewarding. Okay, something rewarding, some policies that are rewarding to people who are being environmental friendly, right? But yeah, I would say, right, lowering taxes, subsidies, they are very common. Okay, they are very common. Okay, and you can see, right, like tax credits, tax exemptions, they are basically a kind of tax discount. Okay, yeah. So you know Well, tax credit, you can say is more like a tax discount. Okay. Yeah. So So this is what I would say. All right. So tax credits. Yeah. Exemption is like no tax at all. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it is yeah. They are both, you know, the way to lower your taxes. Okay. Right. And yeah, incentives like government recycling programs. Well, yeah, you can also put subsidies in this. Okay, you can also put subsidies in this. Okay, yeah. So I would put subsidies in this too. All right, and you can see incentives. There are some recycling programs, right? And yeah, yeah. And as a government, you can also give advice to you know to environmental management. Okay, so they are also incentive. Okay, they are also incentives, right? Okay, yep, and also you can put subsidies there as well. Okay, but what about legal controls? So legal controls, yeah, fines. Okay, right, or like a higher standard. Okay, regarding environmental protection. Okay, all that. So here, yeah, fines, right? Yeah, so here punishment. Okay, and this one here is a market-based control. So you put tax on the factories who have who have pollutions. Okay, right? And also make a good environmental standard. Okay, so people they have to comply with a higher environmental standard. Okay, yeah, and at the same time, you could do this as well, right? Okay, in certain locations, okay, you cannot set up like business premises or factories, okay, to protect the environment. Okay, to protect the environment. All right. Yeah. So yeah. Right. So these are the government actions that usually governments they do. Okay. Right. To protect the environment. To protect the environment. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah. So basically this is all for the environment part. Okay, the environment part. Okay, so that's all. Okay, that's all. And if we go back to the summary here, so you can take a look at this. Yeah, so basically this is more like a checklist. Okay, so yeah, so once again we have learned why environment is very important to a business, because we are directly affected by the environment. Yeah, people nowadays they care about environment, right? And that's why we need to consider the social costs and benefits. We call that externality, right? And now we prefer, a business model. We call that a sustainable business development. So yeah, so this is something very common nowadays when you talk about a business. We don't always just focus on profits. Okay, we focus on something else. Yeah, environment and also society, right? And then today we talk about the environmental pressures. So we know about the pressure groups. Okay, yeah, the pressure groups they have so many different actions in order to show awareness to the society that some businesses they are doing something bad towards the environment. Okay, and and there are of course some threats and opportunities when there are environmental pressures. Okay, yeah, to the businesses, right? And at the end, we took a look of so many business examples, right? They are actually doing something to encourage environmental sustainability. Okay, and last but not least, we know the government can do something too. Okay, right? There could be some incentives, or there can be some legal control, right, to protect the environment. Okay, so this is the first part of this chapter, yeah, about environment. So how environment affects business decisions. Okay, so this is the first part. Okay, and yeah, and then we will talk about the next part right here about ethics. Okay, next week. Okay, so this part here is a very short. Yeah, is a very short topic. Okay, yeah. So we are almost done. Yeah, for this chapter, and then we will have 2 more chapters left, and we are done. Okay, yeah. Right. Okay. I think I'm just gonna let you go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So I think we have a homework. Yeah, like a 1-page homework for this week. So make sure you finish the homework, and yeah, and I'll talk to you next week. Okay. Yeah, yeah. There's a homework assigned a few days ago. Yeah, yeah, the one last time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna stop it here. All right. So go have your lunch. Okay. All right. All right. Bye, guys. Bye. 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 Bye.